jeweils bei Saveliburen, Arno, Darcinian.
So the headgear fitted suitably to Islam Magomedov for Arno Darcinian. He's a 2023 European Championship junior quarter-finalist, winning 2 contests out of 3, losing at the quarter-final stage on a 4-1 split to Hamza Ali Malik of England, who went on to claim European junior gold earlier this year. So Mr. Gonzalo Guzman, the referee with the final instructions, didn't insist on a touch of gloves between these 2 talented 15-year-olds as they retreat to their respective corners and now answer the opening bell to get our first contest of this 14th session of boxing underway. Bout number 319 is the gold medal bout in the men's 46 kilogram pinweight division between boxers from Russia and Armenia. The taller figure wearing red, looking for his lead left hand, but he was just tagged by an overhand right and then a left hook from Darcinian, who left his feet. But the Russian boxer wearing red is Islam Magomedov, 15 years of age, national champion of his homeland. The boxer wearing blue is also 15, that is Arno Darcinian, and he has found a range early on with that looping overhand right, but look at that for a beautifully picked right uppercut from Magomedov. Nice footwork to spin off the line from Magomedov, and then looking to maintain the gap and utilize his longer range and reach to keep Darcinian at bay. Well, in the first minute of this 2-minute round, the tactics immediately clear. Darcinian looking to launch raiding attacks, often behind eye-catching singles, was Magomedov looking to peck and poke and pile up the points with straight punches and then employ the layback and spin off the line just as he's doing there. Terrific right hand straight in between the defenses of Darcinian. But Darcinian being encouraged by this capacity crowd here. The spectators have made for a wonderful atmosphere. Referee allowing the boxers to work on the inside. Darcinian was keen to get his hands free to try to dig away to the body. Good defenses with the gloves from Darcinian, as Magomedov continuing to utilize good footwork. He's not moving backwards in a straight line as he lands with a nudging right uppercut once again. He's spinning off the line, moving around the clock face, and that often means that the bull rushers of Magomedov see him charging into nothing but the vacant space of the boxing ring. Just as he did there, Darcinian charging forwards, but Magomedov is somewhere else, ghosting away counterclockwise to evade the on-rushing Arno Darcinian. Very good opening round of boxing, both boxers enjoying success in their preferred territories. Now, for what it's worth, I happen to think that the punch-picking of the man in the red corner was enough to take the round in the face of the marauding attacks and eye-catching singles of the more compact Arno Darcinian. But what say the 5 scoring judges as we take a look at some of the action from the first 2 minutes? So IBA live scoring means that we will be presented with the scores from the 5 judges seated around the boxing ring. And it's a clean sweep of the cards for Islam Magomedov. All 5 scoring judges preferring his work in the first 2-minute stanza. So into the second round we go. 46 kilogram pin weight gold on the line, and look at the start that has been made by Magomedov of Russia in red. Constant movement. But there's a looping right hand from Darcinian, and that's really encouraging to see from his perspective, because despite being picked off in the first 15 seconds, he kept the attack going and was able to land with a howitzer of a right hand. Now he's quickening up the feet, greater urgency about his work. Good to see him utilizing some head movement as he tries to bob and weave his way into range. So his mission, a very difficult one, trying to neutralize the greater range and reach of the very composed Islam Magomedov, who never stops moving. Fantastic footwork, genius ankles, up on his toes, dodging and darting left and right, spearing right cross, followed by a left jab, then spins off the ropes back to the space of center ring. Bolo right uppercut, followed by a left jab, and he's picking his punches beautifully. Darchinyan has got to get back to the up-tempo footwork and head movement that he demonstrated for a portion of this round before the halfway stage. But you can see how his face has been reddened, constantly touched up by the accurate shot selection of Islam Magomedov. But Darchinyan back into the breach once more, but everything is a single phase attack. You can see that he possesses a potent left hook and powerful overhand right, but look at that more direct right hand landing straight down the pipe and continuing to redden the visage of Arno Darchinyan of Armenia in blue. While Magomedov is boxing a beautiful contest here, really showcasing his skills, using his attributes of height and range and reach as he scores with a reverse 1-2, and the movement simply does not stop. If he was fitted with an odometer, well, I'd love to see how much distance he is covering inside the boxing ring. 2-minute rounds, and his movement has been perpetual, dodging, darting left and right, and occasionally holding his feet and backing up Arno Darchinyan. Another very good display indeed. Arno Darchinyan continued to compete. He had pockets of success, but they were brief cameos, single shot successes, while this young man, Islam Magomedov, continued to pile up the points. Look at that right uppercut, left hook, not really planting his feet into the canvas. But this could be victory by 1,000 pinpricks here tonight. Never stops moving and just keeping his head clear to land even when in the confined position against the ropes. Very good display, and it's the second clean sweep of the card for Islam Magomedov. After 2 completed rounds of boxing, he leads 20 points to 18 for all 5 scoring judges. So into the third and final round we go. Arno Darchinyan, the 2023 European Junior Championship quarter-finalist, has a proverbial mountain to climb because he's conceded both of the opening rounds unanimously, courtesy of the accurate punch-picking and wonderful movement of Islam Magomedov, the national champion of Russia. And again, seldom sets those feet. This perhaps as still as he's been for the entirety of the contest, and even then he's moving from the waist and from the head, proffering a relaxed guard now as the check right hook momentarily sends Arno Darchinyan in between the ropes. Hard right hand slammed home by Darchinyan, but he's got to get some combination successes, because if he continues to just launch one punch at a time, then he's putting himself in the realm of looking for a single shot KO. Nice head movement from Darchinyan, and then he's pressing on the inside and did have some success with Magomedov finding his back against the strands. But this is a really composed display being produced by Islam Magomedov, using the space of the boxing ring, dealing with the physicality of Arno Darchinyan, who reared his head upwards into the chin of Islam Magomedov. There's another solid single right hand from Darchinyan. But again, he finds that Magomedov, he's ghosted his way out of punching range. Roughhouse tactics being applied by Arno Darchinyan. Left hand to the body, straight around the rear. And now he's again looking to turn it into a street fight at close range. Arno Darchinyan just stealing a glance to his corner. He's clocked up an awful lot of mileage in the boxing ring. And now it's a case of bout management as he lands another check right hand. You see him covering up his torso, turning his back, and he's sent down to the canvas. Now again, we have to emphasize that this will not result in a 10-8 round for the boxer who has scored the knockdown. Gloves wiped clean, and there is the final bell. And you have to assume that Islam Magomedov has timed it to perfection, because credit to Arno Darchinyan, he kept on pressing in the third and final round, trying to overturn the 20 points to 18 deficit that he faced after 4 minutes of boxing. And he did get closer, and he had success by turning it into a street fight, roughing up Islam Magomedov,
and increasingly Magomedov was losing his boxing stance, and that's when he touched down. Hard right hand to the sternum, causing him to lose his boxing stance. He then stole a glance to his corner, beat the count, and was able to see the third and final round over the line. Arno Darchinian deserves immense credit for continuing to compete right up until the final bell, but I think it's a proverbial case of too little, too late, and for my money, it's the man in red who will be declared a unanimous point decision victor here.
Nervous moments for both of the boxers. Here's the verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by winner points decision is the boxer's red corner.
And just look at what it means to Islam Magomedov. A split decision winner on a 4-0 verdict over the game and determined Arno Darchinian of Armenia. But Islam Magomedov with a very good display, building up a buffer of insurance over the first 2 rounds, and despite the hard-charging third and final round from Arno Darchinian, not enough to overturn the deficit that he faced. But there's an example of the shots that Darchinian was using to get himself